wow. Whether you're a Dodgers fan, a Blue Jays fan, or just a neutral baseball fan, that was incredible cinema. The Dodgers and Blue Jays go 18 innings, and they meet again in less than 12 hours. And we've got an NHL slate that has all 32 teams in action with some NBA sprinkled in. This is the game day grind. What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Welcome back to Game Day Wagers, and thank you for watching Tuesday's episode of the Game Day Grind. Today is Tuesday, October 28th, and in today's video, we have a stacked show to break down. We're going to be talking World Series Game 4 between the Dodgers and Blue Jays after that incredible 18-inning marathon in which Freddie Freeman walked it off with a bottom of the 18th home run. We've got a player prop coming your way in the World Series. We're also going to be talking NHL. We've got all 32 teams in action. We have 3 best bets coming your way for that. And in addition, we have a pick for every game. So do with that information as you will. And who could forget the NBA? We've got a small 6-game slate on tap in the association, and I've got 3 player props coming your way for that league as well. To quickly recap Monday's action, I know it was an action-packed day. We did go 3-2-1 with one push being a void bet on Dylan Brooks. He did not suit up for the Phoenix Suns. We ended up going plus 1.35 units. We continue our winning ways of turning a profit for you on a daily basis. So let's move on to today. We've got a stacked card. I'm excited about today's content. So let's dive right in, talking World Series Game 4 between the Blue Jays and Dodgers. To kick things off, we are talking Blue Jays, Dodgers, World Series Game 4. Tonight, you got Ohtani on the bump taking on Shane Bieber. Both teams are coming off an exhausting game, an 18-inning thriller that had absolutely everything, and I just don't know what to expect tonight. As much as I want to give out a side and total bet, P.S. we are 3-0 betting the World Series so far, it's impossible to understand how these two teams will respond to yesterday's marathon game. The Dodgers may have a bit of momentum on their side after winning that marathon, but both teams exhausted their bullpens, and I'm not entirely sure what the game plan would be other than to hope Shane Bieber and Shohei Ohtani pitch into the 7th or 8th inning. Given the power both of these teams possess, that's probably unlikely, which leaves us with a crapshoot that's too hard to call. So, for the sake of my money and your money, I'm going to be passing on the side or total in this game, but there is one player prop that I do have my eye on. We are going to be taking Shane Bieber over 4.5 hits allowed at minus 111. Look, Bieber needs to pitch deep into this game. The Blue Jays exhausted their entire bullpen, and I just don't believe the bullpen is in line for another tremendous outing, similar to what they did yesterday. Over the last 9 starts for Bieber, he's given up 7, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, 9, 5, and 5 hits. That means he's gone over this number in 6 of those last 9 starts. As I mentioned, the Toronto bullpen is taxed. Bieber may have a bit of a longer leash in this game than normal, and as we saw yesterday, the Dodgers can put up hits in a hurry. It's not a sexy pick, but by God, it's going to cash for us. Take Shane Bieber over 4.5 hits, minus 111. From the diamond, we're going to the ice. We have a stacked NHL slate to talk about. To kick things off, we are talking Leafs hosting the Calgary Flames. Look, the two teams hook up tonight at Scotiabank Arena, with both teams coming off wins. The Leafs beat the Sabres 4-3 in overtime last time out, while the Flames took care of the Rangers 5-1 on home ice. While both teams will be the first to tell you that they're not happy with the start to their season, a little goal-scoring outburst could go a long way in helping spark some positive momentum. While I expect the offense to continue, the only issue for both sides is that they can't keep the puck out of their own net. The Flames are giving up 3.5 goals per game, with the Leafs giving up 3.67. Go figure. Both rank in the bottom third of the league. They're not exactly great on the penalty kill either, ranking below mid-pack in terms of PK percentage. With each team looking to string together a few wins and try to spark some positive momentum, I expect the offense to win out here against poor goaltending, which is why we are taking the over 5.5 goals at minus 120. From Toronto, we're going to Carolina. We're talking Carolina taking on Vegas. Look, the Hurricanes have played 6 of their first 8 games on the road, so I'm going to buy them here at a cheapest price to make home ice count as they look to extend their home winning streak to 3 games. They dropped a 3-2 game on Saturday in Dallas, which was their final game of a 6-game roadie, and you could tell they simply ran out of gas late. With an extra day of rest, I expect this team to be ready to go and get back to dominating games at a fast pace, putting up plenty of shots and squeezing the opponent offensively. If you look at the Golden Knights, they dropped both games of the Florida swing and were held to just one goal in that span. They did beat the Hurricanes 4-1 back on home ice on the 20th, but I do think the Canes are in a good spot here to bounce back on their home ice. I'm going to take the better team in my opinion. I'm going to take the Hurricanes on the money line, -140. From Carolina, we're going to Chicago, where the Blackhawks are hosting the Ottawa Senators. Look, the Senators played last night, and they scored a touchdown on the Bruins, and I like their offensive outburst to continue tonight against the Blackhawks side that allows over 30 shots on goal per game. We know the Sens can score, sitting top 10, but they can't keep the puck out of their net, ranking 29th overall, giving up 3.9 goals per game. The Hawks are on a mini run of games going under the number, going 4-0 to the under in the last 10 days, but I'll take my chances with the over here in what I expect to be a very wide open game. Both teams could easily net 3 apiece, so we're going to go over 5.5 goals, -130. From the ice, we're going to the hardwood, which means it's time for hardwood handles. To kick off things in today's NBA segment, we're going to be talking Knicks taking on the Bucks. We're going to go Giannis Antetokounmpo over 31.5 points at -110. Look, the Bucks host the Knicks on Tuesday night, and all eyes are going to be on Giannis Antetokounmpo when he steps onto the court. The Greek Freak has been sensational during the first 3 games, averaging 36 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. Bucks wasted a 40-point gem on Sunday, so you can be sure they'll be eager to make amends and get back in the win column. While I do think Milwaukee is live as a small home dog, I like Giannis to go over 31.5 points at -110, just a little bit better. There's no world where Milwaukee doesn't run everything through Giannis on the offensive side of the court every time down. While Karl Anthony Towns is a good player, he's not a good defender, nor as physical as Giannis. I'm expecting another monster performance from the Greek Freak, so we're going to go over 31.5 points for him at -110. Milwaukee, we're going to Miami. We're going to be talking about Charlotte taking on the Miami Heat. Look, there's nobody scoring more in the NBA right now than the Charlotte Hornets. They're averaging 132 points per game through 3 games, and they're getting incredible production from everyone on the roster. They're hitting 41.4% of their 3-point attempts and are averaging 31 assists per game, which is also tops in the league. LaMelo Ball often gets criticized for his playground style of game, but there's no denying he's an elite talent. He's coming off a triple-double where he put up 38, 13, and 13 versus the Wizards on Sunday, and I expect that production to continue against the Heat. We're targeting his assist market in this game. We're taking the over 8.5 assists at +114. Look, he's averaging 9.3 assists per game, but his potential assists are sky high. If he can continue to do what he's doing best, and if he can get a little bit more finish from his team at the rim and in the perimeter shooting, he should have no issues reaching double digits in this spot. This is a great price to play. Take him over 8.5 assists at +114. And finally, from Miami, we're going to the Bay Area. The Clippers are taking on the Warriors. We're going to take Jonathan Kuminga over 16.5 points at -115. Look, simply put, the Clippers cannot be trusted on the road. They were obliterated in their first and only road game of the season so far, and I like this spot for the Warriors to pull off the win. While Butler and Curry get all the attention, Kuminga is definitely a key cog in this offense. He's coming off a 25-point, 10-board performance last night. He's getting plenty of minutes. He's a volume shooter, and he's one that gets to the free throw line. I'm not going to overthink this one. I think this is a great spot for Jonathan Kuminga, so go over 16.5 points at -115. That wraps up Tuesday's edition of the Game Day Grind. Thank you guys so much for watching. To quickly recap our best bets for today, we're taking Shane Bieber over 4.5 hits allowed, -111. We're taking the Leafs Flames over 5.5 goals. We're taking the Blackhawks Senators over 5.5 goals. And we're taking the Carolina Hurricanes on the money line. And in the NBA, we're taking Giannis Antetokounmpo over 31.5 points. Jonathan Kuminga over 16.5 points. And LaMelo Ball over 8.5 assists. Let me know in the comments section if you guys are tailing, fading, or have any best bets you're making for tonight's action. If you guys haven't already dropped a like on the video, please go ahead and do so now. It supports the channel in a big way. And if you guys are new around here, hit the sub button. I do not want you to miss out on anything going forward. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Game Day Wagers YouTube channel. As always, keep grinding and good luck.